most building is still cool. Each of you spices with a separate unit. Why put a compressor and finding each room when you might create a more centralized system? And centralized system might reduce energy use fewer pieces of equipment to purchase and maintain plus pressure and noisy. The farther we can move them from the occupied spaces, the quieter our spaces will be. And perform regionally a carry code. Air, earth, water is better at heat exchange and spirit top, keeping cold over long distance. For this reason, many buildings and some composite or city districts utilize chilled water. In this regime, pump carry water chill on the evaporator side, which is to say the cold side of the compression refrigeration room. Sometimes distant air handling unit. The handling unit send below air across coil of chilled water.
Sometimes distant air handling unit. The air handling unit then flow air across coil of chilled water rather than coil of chilled coolant, as we saw in previous example. Thereby cooling 70 degrees return to air to 50 degrees for distribution product. Similarly, on the hot side, we might increase efficiency and capacity by removing the heat in a condensing coolant with another separate flow of water. This condenser water is pumped from the condenser to a cooling tower, and water is allowed to cascade over series of baffles, where the water is cooled by the outside air when needed. An impeller fan can assist air flow across the cascading water. Some of the water evaporates. It is replaced with new water, but most of it falls to a pool or the pump back to the condenser.
To a pump or the pump back to the condenser distribution that using water is complicated but not exceptionally complex. Let's review. Water is cooled by the evaporator and distributed to the air handling units. To cool room air, a separate loop of water called the condenser and carries its heat to the outside air via cooling tower. Using cooling tower on roofs and adjacent building or as part of central chiller plants, the machine that does the compression refrigeration loop in this layout is termed a chiller. As within the recirculated air is cooled by the chilled water coil in the air handling unit, but that's a bit of a lazy simplification. In fact, we will use the air handling unit not only as a thermal comfort device, but also an indoor air quality device. Outside air is introduced into the air loops, and that outside air combined with recirculated air from the room before bulk volume of air move across the filter.
Of course, simulating loss of outside air without exhausting some of the inside air is not stable. So exhaust fans will sum up the portion of the still interior air, that portion not destined from recirculation to the outdoors. Exhaust fans often program battery storage, chemical storage rooms, machine shops, and other zones. We review and is really not welcome to return to the building. Here we see the compression refrigeration diagram that we have been staring at, only in a more familiar setting. Water, chilled by evaporator side of a rooftop chiller, the cool side. Fit air handling units, each serving is on the floor. Simultaneously a whole separate volume of water.
We return back to the diagram. This is a good time to introduce mechanical heating, which is far more intuitive. For combustion, we require the use of sebace. I have joined gas here, but it may be called active solar or oil. Either way, we need fuel air combustion and a way to exhaust combustion air. That so that it doesn't make building equivalent yield. The burning fuel heats water in the boiler, and the water is distributed. Either it's hot water or steam via another loft to coil in the air handling unit in the cooling season. The children's loft is activated, but during the heating months, the hot water loft is activated. The boiler may also serve radiators, which are common on the perimeter of building, where the mean radiator temperature may otherwise be quite low relative to the indoor air.
Especially in the area of large structures, often require mechanical cooling, even on very cold nights. This is because the heat generated inside the building by people, lighting, and equipment will offset some of the heat losses through the building envelope. In this kind of cold weather, you may be able to cool your building using the cold net outside instead of using traditional air conditioning. When you do this, when you cool the building using the free cold from outside instead of the convection refrigeration loft, it says that you're using the system in the more cold of the economizer. Here, we review two methods of doing this: show cold-free cooling, water-safe economizers, and air-safe economizers. In a water-safe economizer mode, cold net cools, and it really cool because it's winter, the water in the cooling tower. That cold water moves to the condenser side of the chiller and cool the coolant. The best advice.
The coolant moves to the evaporator without forcing its way to the expansion valve. And there in the evaporator is called the chill water. We bypass the compression refrigeration process entirely and still create chill water for delivery in the standard way. Cooler the opening of the expansion valve actually from a fundamental shift in the very nature of the system. Without the expansion valve, there is no high and low pressure, no condensing air evaporating coolant, no staging and no compression refrigeration loop. Rather, the chiller is transformed into simple heat. It changes an intermediary exchanging heat between the chill water loop and the cold water coming from the winter time cooling tower. What you just saw is called a water-side economizer because it releases cold air to chill water, like water-side economizer and air-side economizer use the cold outside air to bypass traditional.
In this case, in the air-side economizer, it might be more energy efficiency to directly introduce cold outdoor air to the inside, so your equipment don't have to mechanically cool the warmer recirculator. Air outside benefit this after superior indoor air quality that red air relay. What would otherwise the molly recirculator there when in the economizer? Most often call it recooling. Its deploy technical must be mindful that it is too cold, cool, and the air handling unit may really and but or I many from in the cooling tower, but in that equipment often in a car-to-measure cycle. It's not included in the mechanical backer. We really should be it is free cooling, and even when the economizer not available, it is often under utilized by building equipment technical. That's why it's vital to have the architect and mechanical engineer, the owner and the building technical at the table together at the beginning of design process.